What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and Nanamech here really does make a huge difference, guys, in your fire team. Like, she pretty much almost doubles the damage of your fire team, which is pretty insane. What a massive difference. I actually was playing her last night on the live stream, doing some Warzone runs, trying some Phantom Pain Cage runs against Luna, and what a difference she has made. Like, before, whenever I would go against Luna, I would have hell trying to beat this guy. I was trying to do really well against this, but with having Nanami on the team now, you can pretty much melt it pretty damn quick. It's pretty freaking awesome. I did try her against Musashi, who is actually weak to tank constructs, right? Or Omni frames, as they like to call them. She really isn't the best, in all honesty. There's just other options that are actually better because it takes a while to build up her rumbling mode, and in Phantom Pain Cage, the faster that you can do the kill, the more points that you can actually obtain. So she's really not the best for this, but against Luna, oh yeah, she's freaking great. Now, Warzone is what I'm going to be showing you guys today. Now, I actually did a run last night on the live stream where I had Nanami actually at double S, and she did amazing, guys. In fact, the score that I'm going to end up showing you later on, you could actually do with a double S Nanami, a double S Liv, and a double S Nanami Pulse, right? Which is kind of the caveat, right? You need to have this girl also because she has the extra fire resistance down to do the score that I'm going to show you. But because I have a triple S Liv and I have a triple S Nanami, it allowed me to be able to do the score. And in all honesty, I think I can improve the score because it isn't a perfect run. But what I want to show you guys first is a team where I'm going to be using Kamui Bastion here as my Da Vinci placeholder with these two Glorias on them. All I was using, by the way, guys, was this weapon. If I would have been using this weapon here, would have actually been better because you actually can increase your attack of your entire team for 15 seconds whenever you're doing a 3-ping. So it really would have been better if I would have just used this weapon, but it is what it is. I already recorded the video, so we're just going to have to go with the 4-star weapon. But I used Kamui. Now, you can use other characters, guys. If you don't have Nanami Pulse, you can use Kamui Bastion. You can use Ayla. Ayla is another really great choice for a Da Vinci holder. You can even use a tank that you already have in your team, like an ice tank or a dark tank, if you want to try to aid in some extra shred, right? It might make all the difference. Sometimes it's best just to experiment with different tanks and different characters to see what kind of scores you can actually get. But we're going to be using Kamui Bastion in my run today, right? And I didn't play it a whole lot, to be perfectly frank with you guys, maybe about 10 different times. But, you know, we all know that in Warzone, there's a lot of RNG, especially wherever mobs are appearing. And I'm using, you know, the 2 Kadi and this 4-piece here for her. She has 2 resonations on her 6-star weapon. And this thing isn't doing anything, guys. This thing isn't doing, this weapon, this pet isn't doing anything for her at all. In all honesty, guys, I need another pet. If I would have used this pet, it would have actually been a lot better. Even though it's a pet for physical damage, it would have had a lot of crowd control, and that actually would have helped out a lot, at least for me. And then Nanami here, I'm actually using her pet that I don't have fully leveled up. We are getting some extra fire damage by 4%. We are getting, you know, some of these extra stats here, right? Which is nice. And we do have her 6-star weapon that does have 1 resonated stat on where we're actually gaining extra orbs. I really want the extra orbs so I can go into my rumbling mode a whole lot faster. So I thought I'd share this run with you guys using my triple S Nanami, my triple S Liv, and my Kamui, and just kind of run through it, guys, because it isn't an optimal run by any means. I only played it, you know, maybe 10 times or so. But let's check it out, guys. Let's watch this and let's check it out, right? So I start out with Kamui, right? And then we want to go into prayer stance immediately with Liv and try to get our Da Vinci, Procker Da Vinci. Now, you notice that I have my Kamui in the red slot. Whoever your Da Vinci holder is, guys, you want to have them in the red slot for your Liv and for your Nanami. And I have Liv in the yellow and Nanami, obviously, in the blue. And whenever you drop in Nanami, you just run through orbs, and once her signature is ready, hit her signature, and then just start, you know, holding down her attack, hold it down, and fill up your charge gauge 3 times in a row, fill it all the way up on the 3rd time, and do your QTE. There's a better explanation of it in my previous video for Nanami, if you guys want to check that out. But like, yeah, and you know, and the fact that I only did this thing maybe, you know, 10 times, it's really just a testament to how strong this team is. And if I had Nanami Pulse, guys, if I had Nanami Pulse in this team, I would have done way more damage. Way more damage. Having that extra fire resistance down is really a big benefit. However, the thing about that is, in the next patch, Fire God Lee, is actually going to get ascended. He's actually going to get the leap applied to him, which means he's going to get a whole bunch of buffs. And from what I understand, he's actually quite strong when he does get those buffs. And I'm going to show you guys something that might give you some hope as far as, how well old Lee might actually do in good old Warzone, right? I mean, with Liv, you really want to try to hit her prayer stance as much as possible, right? And you definitely want to use her chaotic oath, where you're using 2 different 3 pings, and then try to go into the matrix afterwards. That way you can, do a whole bunch of damage, trigger your Da Vinci, and go, 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 go. And the beautiful thing, guys, is that, one of the reasons that the damage for this team has increased so much, not only just because of Nanami, but it's also because the time stop has been enabled. So if you're watching this and your eagle-eyed viewers are noticing this, that whenever I do Liv's signature move, the time stops in the top, right? And whenever I do Nanami's signature move, the time stops. This allows you to do some big-ass one-shots. Now look at this. Watch this. You'll see the time stop right here. It's staying at 14. And that is a big reason why you can do so much more damage with your fire team, right? Now watch me when I do the signature. We're at 5 seconds. It's staying at 5 seconds, right? And all the mobs are still gathering around while that is happening. I mean, this is wave 18. This is way up there. This is a huge difference compared to what the fire team could do before Nanamech showed up. What an insane difference. Wave 18, and we got almost 1.4 million. And like I said earlier, guys, like if you're a really good player, a double S Liv, a double S Nanami, and a double S Nanami Pulse, Nanamech and Nanami Pulse on the same team can do 1.5 million here. They can do 1.5 million. A free-to-play setup can absolutely hit that 1.5 million. But since I don't have Nanami Pulse, I went ahead and decided to do a run with Kamui Bastion. Maybe with a different tank, I would actually do better. Who knows? I'm going to have to experiment a little bit, but that is an insane difference in the score, guys. That's a huge difference in the score compared to what I could do before. Before this update, whenever I didn't have Nanamech, and I obviously don't have Nanami Pulse, I couldn't even do half that damage. I couldn't even do half that damage with my triple S Liv. It was honestly super, super difficult. And now to be able to hit that kind of score is absolutely insane. But Lee here, Lee is actually going to be getting some upgrades. Where the hell is Lee, man? We got to find old boy. I swear to God, I'm blind as a bat at times. Oh, he's right at the top. Lee here is actually going to get what's called the Lee in the next update. And Leap, Leap, I'm sorry, I said Lee. And Leap is where, your characters, like, right, for example, right now, Lucia Dawn actually has this. Leap is where we start leveling up certain things from their kit, their core passive, their signature, and so on, making them tremendously stronger. But the crazy thing is, guys, with the build that I have on my Lee right now, not even using his 5-star weapon, not even using his 5-star weapon, I'm sorry, not even using his 6-star weapon, right? And just using 2 Eisner and the 4-piece Shakespeare, I was actually able to do even more damage. Now, maybe this is because I'm using a triple S Liv, which adds 20% more fire damage and 20% more damage. Whenever you're switching in your team member, I guess that would make a big difference. And also, whenever I'm using Lee, I always use Nanamech before I switch to Lee. That way I have some fire resistance down whenever I switch to Lee to allow me to do a whole bunch more damage. And the fact that I'm using a 5-star weapon, guys, is really will give you hope as far as how well Lee can actually do on your fire team, especially in the next patch when he gets that leap applied, when he gets ascended and he actually can do a whole lot more damage. Because I didn't even run a pet on the guy in the run that you guys are going to watch, which would also help his damage. And the fact, again, that I wasn't using his 5-star weapon, or I'm sorry, his 6-star weapon is really insane, guys. This Wolf Fang, whenever there is a burn applied, he gets a 20% increase to his damage. So I might end up pulling for this weapon and trying to level this thing up. And then, not to mention, if you resonate the damn thing, you're going to do even more damage, right? Like, it's it's really wild, right? How well Lee can perform right now. But the thing is, again, I'm using a triple S Liv and a triple S Nanami. These things make a big, big difference. They are my main damage dealers in the Warzone run. I mean, Lee really isn't doing a lot of damage, but for whatever reason, guys, with the build, without using a Da Vinci set, right? Without using even his 6-star weapon, I did this run quite a few times with Lee, and I was able to hit a pretty insane score, 1.5 million. I tried this over and over and over with using, Kamoy Bastion and Liv and Nanamech, and I still did consistently do better whenever I put Lee on the team. I had that 4-piece Shakespeare and a 2-piece Einstein. I actually put 2 Glorias on Lee instead of the 2 Einstein, and I still did better with the Einstein. And I guess it's maybe because whenever you trigger your QTE, if you just bring in Lee, you're going to have the Einstein applied whenever you're using Liv or Nanamech, right? And whenever you bring in Nanami as a QTE, then you're going to have the Einstein from her being applied, doing the elemental resistance down. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it just allows for more consistent damage throughout the fight. Maybe it's because I'm using a triple S Liv and a triple S Nanami, and that's really what's making the difference to help Lee do a little bit more damage in this. I mean, obviously that is going to help him do more damage. But the point of the video is it's going to give you hope that in the next patch, whenever Lee does get ascended, that he's probably going to be a really, really good character to use on your fire team with your double S Liv and your double S Nanami, right? Even for a free to play, I think he's going to be a really good choice. But if you have his 6-star weapon, I think it's going to be a whole lot better because you have that extra 20% fire damage. So I'm going to leave you guys with that run. It's not a perfect run. I definitely can do better, but practice makes perfect. So guys, let me know what you think about the fire team now. They are absolutely OP, and I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. JJ+7 time. The link in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody. Take care.
僕が計算した弾道から逃げられる者などいません。